Yeah, I agree. Me and Crownie are complementing each other very well. But I kind of know Crownie for a long time. I mean, we've never really spoken or played together, but I've seen him around, you know, forever. He played with Tim as well back in the day, so I knew about him when Tim joined Fnatic. So I had a hunch we would be good together. I didn't think we'd go this well together, but I had a feeling that he would be a good partner for me. We also see the game very similarly, and that I noticed from my AD carry days when I did play against him. I always felt like we were trying to play the same game, if that makes sense. So I knew playing with him on support role, I would understand what he's trying to do in the games. If I play with an AD carry that plays completely different, for example Smash, he plays very aggressive, a little bit different from, quite different from how I played AD carry myself, then he had to teach me like what he's thinking. He had to explain to me what he's thinking in the moment because I couldn't read his mind. But with Crownie, I feel like I can read his mind most of the time. We see the same picture. Meanwhile, me and Smash, I think, saw different pictures sometimes. Which is not bad at all. For example, me and Hilly also saw different pictures. I think it's more like, if you see the same picture, then you're gonna be good from the get-go, but maybe you won't reach as high of heights because you're not pushing your limits as much. And then when you see a different picture, maybe it won't be as good from the get-go, but with time you will reach higher heights because I learned from him and he learns from me. Do you understand what I mean? We push each other. So I think it's important, me and Crownie, since we see the same picture, ask for advice from our teammates. I try to do that sometimes in review. When I fail a dive or something, I try to ask an open question to everyone. Hey, what do you guys think about this play? Can I play differently? Because I think I'm not pushing my limits enough sometimes, and I need other people to help me out, basically. Basically, to have Cadrel tell me like, hey, you could have done this here, or Tim tell me like, hey, you could have walked here, done this. That will help, you know. Hard to figure out on your own, everything. At least that's why I usually ask. I want to learn. But I think I have good pace. Like, I swapped to support less than 2 years ago, and I've played pro support for a year and 2 months. So I think my pace is good. My level of play is, I would say, higher than expected at this point. I knew I would be good on support, but I thought it would take longer. I felt like towards the end of last year I got good, and then from there it's just been pretty good, I would say. I think the pace is good, yeah. If you just think about it from the years I've played pro, this is basically my second year of playing support, right? I think I'm at a good level for that. I don't know if I mentioned this, I think I did, but this year's goal for me individually is to be able to play everything. Last year I started from zero, had to learn everything from scratch. This year I am trying to add and perfect, and I think next year I just want to be able to play everything decently well. So if I see a Blitzcrank angle next year, I want to go for it, you know? So this year I will try to add everything that I don't play. But I'm basically there. What am I missing? Like Blitz, Pike, and Poppy, I guess. Everything else I play, pretty much. And we played a bit of Blitz now, as of late. Played a bit of Poppy as of late. So Pike is literally the only one I haven't played yet. Like if I try to compare to my AD carry days, I started playing AD carry early season 2, I think, when Vayne was released. She was released 2012, wasn't she? Vayne release date 2011. So I started playing AD carry 2011 May, and I went pro at the end of 2012. So a year and a half later ish, I played pro, and then 2014 was my first LEC year. So if you account that, then it was a year and a half for starting pro, and let's say 2 years, almost 3 years until I played my first like proper LEC games. So next year would be same, I guess. Next year will be same time. if I joined LEC next year, I would be at the same point as back in the day when I started AD carry and joined LEC. And I think next year my level will be, if it isn't already good enough for LEC, it's hard to tell honestly. I guess we'll see how this year goes, first of all.